Hey everybody, it's the Mad Master here. I'm about to go to a Christmas celebration on Zoom. No. Actually, in real life, believe it or not, no masks and not outside either. I guess hopefully I'll survive 2 weeks from now. It's only about 4 or 5 people, but then I'm going tomorrow to my friend's birthday celebration, which will have probably about the same. Oh my god, a risk. Um, I'm a murderer, killer, horrible person, right? I'm probably a Trump supporter, right? Even though I voted for Bernie Sanders twice because I voted for him in the primaries of 2016, voted for him in the primaries, and then I voted Jill Stein, and then I voted for Bernie in the primaries, and then I didn't vote for anybody this election. Oh my God, I'm such a horrible person. Um, of course, sarcasm aside, just wanted to say, like, I'm doing this video because, like, I know I've said this before, and I'm trying to atone for me giving these false alarms about how to make all these changes and all this stuff. And um, I'm seriously like, I'm considering just going down the rabbit hole starting this weekend with a lot of the stuff I was doing in the summer with regards to a lot of this new age kind of stuff. And like, also got a treadmill. Um, my brother-in-law gave me a treadmill, and it's a really nice treadmill. I'm actually about to go on it in a couple minutes, probably just for a couple minutes before I go over to this horrible super spreader event that I'm going to and going to kill grandma at. There's nobody, I don't think that's above 60 there, but so he's such an asshole today. I'm going to try to change the focus of this channel probably after maybe one or two videos, more videos about the virus. Um, and obviously, I want to clean myself up before I do more videos too. I don't like how I'm doing these in my bed and sitting down and taking doxycycline to clear up my face too. So I just want to, I'm just gonna. What was just gonna say this? I'm just blathering now. Um, I want to do more music videos again and all sorts of stuff. Politics have been my forte for the past 6 to 8 months. I've always done political videos on this channel, but I am getting so sick of the politics and all the virus stuff, especially. It's been an obsession doing that kind of content for a way too long. And almost an obsession. I mean, thinking about it and watching stuff about it, whether it be high impact flicks or Corvette Report. I'm talking about all the conspiracy stuff now. Or, even as simple as watching Medcram or John Anderson, or that's on the other side, more or less. What's the other guy's name? Oh, I forgot his name. He's from Canada. He's a really good channel too. Um, he broke down all the death rates and stuff and all the risks of people, and it was pretty interesting because it's pretty straightforward. Um, Still the same pretty much. God, what was that guy's name? I'd have to take a look. I can't look at it because I'm not on YouTube right now. Uh, so I want to switch the focus of this channel. I want to still do videos. In general, of course, but doing more political or virus videos is just kind of like I'm treading the same ground over and over again. I think people know my position. I'm very skeptical. I'm more of a moderate when it comes to some of the stuff than some people than I even know. I'll admit, because I'm a social person and I want to get along with people and I want people in my life. So I'm going to put up with a little bit more than some people do, with regards to people that are, buy into the narrative. At the same time, I don't completely buy into the narrative and I know there's something wrong and I haven't really figured it out. I know there's something going on with this. That's just my intuition that I think that there is something more to this. And there are some people that are even, buy into the narrative, but think that too, which is interesting, including someone in my, I'll just say they're a friend or a family member that she has said that she doesn't know what the real deal is, and she thinks there's some type of cover up, but she doesn't know what it is. But still buys into a lot of the narrative, of course. But there could be like that. There's all sorts of stuff, like just like the black pastors that are hesitant to endorse the vaccine in that community for various reasons, like the Tuskegee experiment and all that. So there's a lot of people have differing opinions. So that's why, attacking someone for their opinion, try to listen to them, try to empathize with them, try to sympathize, try to see where they're coming from before you attack them. That's all I'm saying about that. So I'm going to do more music videos, more lists. I was thinking about my top 10 favorite films, and that's really hard to say what it is, what they are. But I like enough films to say, like, currently what my top 10 favorites are. Some of them are from the past, were my favorites, and then I kind of changed that. So I might be doing something about that. Spoiler alert, I'll say that my favorite movie of all time is Spinal Tap. It has been my favorite film for 15 plus years. So, well, that's an interesting message. I might do some underrated, like the most underrated musicians. Spoiler alert on that. I think the original basis of the Sex Pistols is underrated. There's a drummer that I'm not going to give away who I think is very underrated. There's all sorts of stuff I want to do. There's all sorts of projects that I'm thinking of right now. I still have thumbnails that I ordered for videos I never did too, from this guy on Fiverr that I always go to, Rika Design or whatever his name is. Because what I'll do is I'll come up with an idea for video, then I'll order the thumbnail for $5. It's not that I'm lazy to do my own thumbnails, and I haven't done videos with thumbnails for a long time, like probably been a couple months at least, but I used to do that all the time. When my computer, I had to redo my hard drive, or back up my currently existing hard drive, and I'd rather just install the new hard drive before I do more videos, even though my hard drive of my PC, that is still working. It's just, it has the SMART, that's the monitoring software on it that says it's definitely caution. So it's going to be going soon, the hard drive. So that's why I'm going to probably put in the new one before I do more videos, unless I just throw it up on a, backup cloud that I have. And yeah, I just don't want to do more stuff about this. And I'm going to try to get more into my path that was on, I'm going to talk about that a little bit, actually, because I feel like talking about that. So I think, oh, no, I'm just kidding. I think I was on a path late 2018 through early 2019 that was pretty good. I started doing this type of Buddhism, this chant. I'm not going to talk about it too much in this video, but like there's this type of Buddhism where you do this chant and it's supposed to manifest the reality you want. And I was also doing a lot of other stuff to try to manifest some things. And there was this image that I had in my head of something that happened in 2019 that was, and some things I said, which I'm not going to share in this video because it's a little controversial as far as if someone ever watches this video, which I don't think they ever will. The person I'm speaking of, the way that I worded this is a little bit offensive. This manifestation, and it's something that I said that I wanted, and I wouldn't mind having, and I got it. It was weird, but if the person knew what I was talking about that I'm talking about, they probably would be offended, and I don't want to denigrate their memory of things that happened with us with what I said. It was a very weird thing that I said that became a reality in regards to this person. Oh my god, I'm sounding. I don't really want to say more than that. But I did see an image of something that happened months later. It was a reality. So I believe in this stuff. I do believe in it, and I think it's called Nichiren Buddhism, where you have this Nam-myo Renge-kyo chant. I was doing that. Um, uh, I was doing that chant, and things happened to me. And also, I wrote this song around that same time. This was like November of 2018, where I was like, oh, I really want certain events to happen in my life, and I had this image in my head. And months later, May and June of the next year, it happened. Not everything happened the way that I wanted it to 100%, but it did happen. And I was starting to write this song, which is one of my songs, because I'm not going to say what song it is. I'm being very fucking private about some of these songs. I wrote this song, and you can check out my music. It's actually a song from my project that I'm going to re-release in the next couple of days, because I'm doing keyboards for it. Probably this weekend, and going to get a new master. I added some guitars and keyboards, and the vocals aren't like the vocal frequencies were kind of fucking up when I was trying to mix the vocals before, which was like a year ago when I first released this first version. That was about some of this thing that I was seeing in my head. I came up with these ideas with regards to this whole thing. I don't know. You can figure it out for yourself. I don't really care. Um, I link that song to the whole thing in my life, and it's really weird. But like sometimes I'll write lyrics that are like me telling myself something, but it's like going to help the people that listen to the song too. Like kind of like affirmations, I guess you'd say. Just like the song I'm writing, that's going to be a lot of like, it sounds corny, but it's like a Man-O-War ballad, like a post fighting the world, or post signing the hammer Man-O-War ballad with piano and stuff. That is like has a lot of Tony Robbins catchphrases. I can't wait to release that. That's another song I'm writing right now too. So yeah, I believe that if you believe in something, you can get it in a certain way. So that's what bothers me about me. There's a cognitive dissonance in me watching all this conspiracy stuff and like getting into all these fucked up narratives about what's going to happen with our world, because it's like, am I manifesting some of that myself? Am I expecting that in the future things will be so fucked up that it will be in this technocratic dystopian totalitarian state, with regards to what's going on right now? Am I going to be able to achieve my dreams and goals if I think about that? Or do I envision things happening to me and try to manifest them and go what Neville Goddard calls a bridge of incidents? It'll happen in that way, in the form anyway, in a good way. So you got to kind of question these two narratives. Like that's why I did the video, which fear narrative do you follow? Do you follow the fear narrative of the virus, or do you follow the fear narrative of the conspiracy culture? I'm teetering on the edge of both, but I think going towards the middle is probably a good idea. So because both sides have their own hellscapes that we need to escape. These conspiracy theorists are pushing a narrative, and they have their own agenda. They have their own financial agenda too. I mean, Alex Jones made millions of dollars from pushing conspiracy theories for years. He's making money. He's making bank. All these people are making money. So is big pharma making money? Yeah, they are. But so is Alex Jones. So are all these people. So that's my thought about that. You gotta kind of you gotta be in that gray area somewhat to survive this whole thing, because it's like if you go one way or the other, you're going to live in fear and darkness. Um, so yeah, that's kind of the direction that I'm going in. I want to go. I have a list of stuff I'm going to be doing every day starting next week because I think this is the next because a 3 day weekend. I was able to set up more stuff in my apartment. I think I'm going to finish that and I'm going to get fully deep dive into this shit. Every day I'm going to keep a journal where I write down 10 things I want to have happen. This is a Joseph Ally journaling thing. And I'm going to also do affirmations once or twice a day. I'm going to try to get into more scripting, as they call it, in the manifestation scene, which I've done before, which I just mentioned is I kind of scripted my a certain thing in my life it was last year because we're not in 2021 yet. Or actually, no, it was 2018. I thought about a lot of stuff that actually happened in 2019. Whether you think that I predicted it or manifested it, I think I manifested it for sure. November of 2018. So, I also am going to be doing more. I'm going to be meditating every day too, and at least 10 minutes or 15 minutes of the breath meditation, which is a famous meditation where you breathe for 5 seconds and you hold it in, and you breathe for 5 seconds, breathe out for 5 seconds, hold it in, or whatever. I was doing that for a while and I saw a major difference, but I haven't been consistent with any of this stuff, honestly. But as soon as I get this apartment set up, which is this weekend, I will be doing that every fucking day. Affirmations, meditation, all that stuff. So, and journaling the Joseph Ally way, and also scripting, creative visualization, the whole 9 yards. So I will have to commit to this because it's just the way it has to go. I have a training schedule that I'm doing for my job, and I'm learning some new duties that I have been doing for a month or almost a month. It's going to end in about 2 weeks, but then I'll have my normal schedule where I work 10 to 8:30, 4 days a week, and then rest off, and I'll be able to do more of that stuff probably easier because I'll wake up now and I just want to go, still sleep until 8 o'clock, when I have to work. Just a pain in the ass. Well, yeah, the major difference will be made. And that's kind of one of those things. And also, I will have to stop paying attention to stuff that's stupid for a while, like the virus stuff, politics. I feel like it's probably a better way to go about this because I don't think I'd make it if I kept going this route because it gets so terrifying. Honestly, I'm terrified by what's going on right now. And I want to get out of it. I want to think of a way forward. So, yeah, I guess that's about it. We just gotta, there is a middle ground with in between all this stuff. Like there is a way forward. I think is by obviously, you can expect the best or expect the worst in life or with humanity. I just believe in positive thinking. Honestly, I do, and a lot of people, so many people don't believe that has any effect. I just have seen things in my life that have turned around because of positive thinking that I can't deny that it has that effect. So I'm gonna try to switch my brain. There's another thing that I do that I'm gonna be doing more of. It's called I call them the column method. I think I talked about it in a video before, but I'll write down a limiting belief in a left column, and then I'll write something that contradicts it in the right column, and or something, usually a limiting belief, and then I'll have to like adjust it and then flip it around, as they say, the manifestation community. And I think by doing that over the course of many months, this is kind of a 6-month plan. So I thought about this for a while, doing this whole plan. And if I could remain consistent for at least a month, I think it yields results even that fast. I've been doing all these exercise and habits for 6 months, because it's an experiment that's kind of way of changing your mindset and stuff, it'll take months to do that. Because honestly, my reality has been so negative. My default state is negative. It's like, oh my god, it's pissed off, or like being combative towards the world and towards people, and skeptical. So trying to switch that is a challenge, but I'm going to try to do that kind of thought of experiment. It sounds weird, but Aleister Crowley always talked about um, taking on a belief that you don't have, like, as a magical act. Like, let's say you hate eating like spinach or peas or green beans. You hate all three. Let's say you hate them. You start eating it just because it's the opposite of what you were doing before, and then it'll have this effect on you. Talk about that. Actually, reality transurfing talks about some of that stuff too. Um, so yeah, I'm just gonna be deep diving into this stuff, and it probably is some chaos magic stuff too, because I'm taking a course. So as people know that I'm part of that Rune Soup group, Rune Soup group on Gordon White's website, or his podcast. So that means that it'd be less time for all the bullshit that I've been, following. My average day consists of, unfortunately, watching Carl Vernon, high impact flicks, Corbett Report, Jamie Dorr. Used to watch Young Turks, but they became intolerable pretty quickly this summer. Kyle Kalinske, fucking, astrology, a lot of Ducheva's channel, or astrology podcast. All I'll just watch hours and hours of this shit. And it's not shit, but it's just like it's no longer serving me, my life that I want to lead, that I want to lead. I don't know. So I think by withdrawing from that, I could feel a lot better about things. I think I will. I'll give you an example. So I've been taking an extended break from Facebook. I still have a profile. It's still public, it's still, or whatever, you can still see my picture on there if you're a friend of mine. You can still send me messages. You can still post on my wall, blah, 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 blah. But I haven't really been on there. And one of the reasons why is because I'm not going to give one of the reasons why, because one of the reasons I'm not going to give, because it's very complicated. Maybe one day I'll explain one of the reasons that I'm not giving away in this video. But one of the reasons why is because I was fed up that all these people were just propagating this fear. And I'm not talking about the virus. I'm talking about over many years, all this fear and all this dissension and all this hatred, all this political fucking nonsense, all this drama, just over and over again, all this negative, this morass, this cesspool of hatred and fear, and from political points of view to just all this crap. So what would happen is I would get sucked into it, and I would argue with people constantly and try to, assert my ego and assert my point of view. And eventually it got to a point where I was physically feeling drained by going on there, because I would get so mad, and my whatever, the body biochemicals would just, go crazy. So at this point, I want to stay away from some of that, and I want to be at a calm state. It's just like this flatlined thing. So being on Facebook right now is dangerous to my mental health in a way. And obviously I said there was another reason, and I may do a video about that one day, what the other reason is. I just feel like it's a pain in the ass being on there. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not going to return. My plan on Facebook is to return for one of several reasons. Either I share, a new relationship on there, if I, once I get one. The website I'm working on, or if live bands are allowed again, I'll be trying to form one and be more active on there. So those are the three reasons. Otherwise, I'm not going to be on there until maybe June of this next year. because I want to disconnect from all that. And that includes, some of my friends that I was friends with that we had some differences over the stuff that's going on. And some names were used and some fights were threatened, honestly. And I just was like, no, I just can't deal with this anymore. And certain people are hypocrites because they'll go a few weeks and say, oh, I'm trying to stay away from current events, blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah. And then a week later, the same person is posting about oh my God, this happened with the virus. And it's like, I thought you were trying to stay away from current events. I'm a hypocrite too. So I think spikes are cool. No. So in a sense, I think that by withdrawing from Facebook, I'm doing myself a favor. And in a way, I'm doing other people a favor because I'm not getting into these long-winded arguments with them. But it's more for me to clear my head until summer comes, and then I'll be back on there. That's a long time. It's about 6 months or whatever, 5 6 months. But I think it's a good break to take. And I may go on there once in a while, to check my email or something. But I've continued to not be on there for a long time. I'm feeding into this whole thing, this everything that's going on with politics and the virus and all this stuff, and I'm so sick of it. I have to withdraw. So what I'm saying right now is I'm going to try to withdraw from the other stuff too, because it's gotten way too far, and where I'm analyzing the whether or not Fauci got the right arm or the left arm vaccinated or whatever. It's like, okay, yeah, I know that that's a fucking factor, and people are questioning that, but I can't deal with these ideas anymore. I just can't do it. It's becoming physically draining for me, and I want to feel good. I want to start getting better, like my treadmill I have out there, and just getting my music back up and doing all this stuff. So I'm going to be withdrawing from doing more current event stuff for a while too, and I'm going to try to do all this other stuff that I've been promising for months. Like, I know I did a video about the Neville Goddard 50-day experiment or 25-day experiment, and I still haven't done more than 1 or 2 days. It's kind of like these old habits die hard, and I have to stop. But my pledge is this next week, Sunday and Monday, I'm going to start doing all this stuff, getting back into all my habits that I was pursuing maybe in May and June, before some stuff happened to me, which I'm not going to share in this video. That really shot down a lot of my hopes, unfortunately. And unfortunately, it has to do with something else that happened to me earlier this year. If you can put 2 and 2 together, something happened. Something happened with that was bad, that resulted from something else happening, that resulted in something else being not said correctly or not given truthfully, unfortunately, completely. And that person is watching this. I'll give you, I don't know if I want to put any more like esoteric clues in here. I'll just say, I'm not going to say that number, the numbers. Anyways, it's ridiculous. It's silly. It's pretty silly. I'm not going to go there though. One day maybe. Do I look like Claus Mine with my hairline? I don't know. I was just thinking about how his hair looked like this in a Scorpions thing. Just blabbing the fuck away with this video. So I'm going to get out of the trap of 2020 and go into a new reality. I'm going to try to get into a new timeline. I don't know if I believe in that or not, but I want to try to go on a new timeline. The only way I can go forward is by withdrawing from all the garbage that I've been infested with, like watching all these conspiracy fucking channels and always obsessing over what politician didn't wear a mask or attended a gathering when they're telling people not to do or not to do that, this or that. It's become maddening. It's become maddening. and I have to stop and I have to withdraw and get back to what I love, you know. And I don't love being a music critic really, but it's fun. It's somewhat, but I know people watch my music videos, so I like doing those videos. And I like doing these videos about the political stuff too, but it's like a when I do a music video, the after effect is not as bad as doing these videos about what's going to happen with the crisis, the virus crisis and stuff. Like, because I feel this weird dread after doing those. Like, oh my God, I did this video. And I like doing them, but it's like if you eat something, you feel this bad heartburn every time you eat it, even though at the time you get this like joy out of eating it. Let's say you had, but not only heartburn, but you also threw up afterward every time you ate something, this one food. That's what I would compare doing all these virus videos or all these political videos is, because it's like, oh, no more of this. You know, I'm just getting so fucking sick of the whole thing. And I think by not thinking about as much and trying to withdraw from it and doing what I just said about all these habits that I was going towards in April and May, that I was feeling better about my life with, even as this shit was fucking crumbling, you know, all this stuff was happening, I was feeling a lot better about life. And there were things that were happening. I'll give you an example of something that I manifested, and then I'm just going to go because I got to go to this Christmas gathering. Oh my God, I'm going to a Christmas gathering. Oh my God, I'm such a terrible man. Before I go though, humans are social creatures anyways. And, you know, anybody who's going to try to stymie that is in for a surprise, especially as time goes on. That's my little commentary about that. I wrote down this list of 10 things that I wanted to happen. You know, it's like you do that every day with this Joseph Ally thing. And one of the things happened within 5 minutes. I'll tell you exactly what it was. Let's see what's going on with my. Ooh, okay, I'm at 27%. I'll tell you exactly what it was. There was a friend that I used to disc golf with back in the day that I hadn't seen for probably a couple years. And I wrote down, he will call me today to go disc golfing. 5 minutes after I wrote it, he did. He already texted me about it. That was one thing. I'd have to go through my notebook, and I know there was several things that happened with regards to this manifesting thing that were kind of crazy. And I already mentioned my date that I had a couple months ago was a result of that too. I don't really want to go into what the reasoning behind the manifestation was, but I guess I'll just say originally when I was thinking about this in February, March, I was like, if you've seen Magnolia, you'll know what I'm talking about. Or I want to form a jealousy plot line. And that was kind of a manifestation of the date that I had, because it was kind of, oh, she's from the same town, she knows her. Oh my God, I'm going to form a jealousy. And I didn't really care about that when I had the date, or even shortly before that. But that was originally why I wanted to date someone from that town and that knows this person that I was with, because I wanted to do this like. But anyways, it didn't work out anyway, so there's no jealousy plot line, so whatever the fuck anyways. But it's pretty funny that I was thinking about that. And I said, oh, there's another thing I said in March. I was like, at least one date with this particular other girl I was talking to, actually. At least one date. Maybe I could do a jealousy plot line. I didn't think about it at the end, like, oh, I'm going to be dating her and it'll be a jealousy plot line or whatever. But anyways, it was a manifestation of that. It was very fucking weird and coincidental that I thought of this stuff. And who knows what I'm thinking right now. Oh my God. Your thoughts are your thoughts do manifest. But anyways, I got to go. I don't know what the fuck this video is about, but I don't care. It's about the future and about the future of this channel. There's my Namyo Renke Kyo little Nichian. I don't know how to pronounce it. Buddhism thing, Nishin Buddhism. It's right there. That's like the fucking thing. I'm gonna be doing that chant too more often because it worked. It worked. It did. I fucking swear it did. Um, so yeah, you could find more music stuff and then it follow in the coming weeks. Uh, and then more stuff that I probably delayed with regards to like these thumbnails. Some of them might be political that I delayed, but I'm gonna seriously diminish the. I'm not gonna be paying attention to this stuff as much. That's the thing. So it's gonna be harder for me to do more current videos about politics or about the virus stuff because of the fact that I'm gonna be paying less attention to it. It really has been a hell of a year for everyone for various reasons, regardless of what side you're on or whatever. It's been a hellscape to quote Austin Coppock. It's been a fucking hellscape, and we're going to, and like I said in the, he talks about Blade Runner as being the dystopia that we'll be in, or that we're in right now. Hopefully not 1984 Brave New World. If we are in a dystopia, like I mean, that's not manifesting the right thing, obviously, by saying that. But I hope it is Blade Runner because Blade Runner, people underestimate that. Blade Runner, there's some control from the citizens still have power in Blade Runner because it's more chaotic, but they're able to hide themselves in these societies and they have these communities that they can go to. It's not all under one authoritarian control. So even though it is dystopia to some extent, there's still control of people. People still have control to some extent. Of course, they have to use technology to get that control a lot of the time. But anyways, that's all. Peace out.